No one's coming to your party, grow up. That's what my mom texted in the family group chat. On my birthday. I read it twice. Then I just replied, understood. And canceled the $2,300 rent payment I'd been sending them every month. The next day, I went to their house. Didn't even go inside, just pressed the key fob, took back the car they'd been driving for 2 years, and left. Then I called the bank and canceled every credit card they'd ever used. Not because I was mad. Because I was done playing a part one never agreed to. The silence from them afterward? That wasn't confusion. That was shock, the kind that sinks in when you realize something is really over. This wasn't a tantrum. Or a bluff. It was me closing the door, for good. They didn't think I'd actually do it. They thought I'd pout, cool off, and keep paying for everything like always. But this time was different. Because this wasn't the first time they hurt me. It was the last. It was the final moment in a long, painful story where I was never seen as a son, just a wallet. An ATM with a face they didn't have to appreciate. I'm 28. I live in a small apartment in Denver. I work in IT support. It's not exciting, but it pays the bills. And I really thought we were finally okay. That I'd done enough to be treated like family again. But they didn't want proof I cared. They just wanted me to stay quiet, and be grateful for the scraps of attention they gave me. The worst part wasn't even the message. It was how no one stood up for me. My aunt reacted with a heart emoji. My sister commented with a cake. My dad sent a clown meme. Guess who's turning 12 again? No one asked how I was. No one said happy birthday. I sat there in the dark, holding my phone. And honestly, I wasn't even sad. Just surprised I let it go on for so long. I've been paying their rent since I was 24. Not because I'm rich. Not because they asked nicely. But because they expected it. It's just temporary. You're the only one doing well. We raised you, now it's your turn. That temporary lasted 4 years. Every month, rent, groceries, gas, internet, repairs. I even paid for the cat's vet bill. Not to spoil them. But because if I didn't, they'd make me feel guilty. Then came the hints in the group chat. Power's about to be shut off. Mom's back hurts. Jennifer's car broke down. Can you help her out? That car? I bought it. She still drives it. Still posts pictures of it online. One post said, thankful for people who really support me. She didn't tag me. Jennifer's my little sister. She's 25. No job, but somehow always on vacation. My parents say she's just figuring things out. She's been figuring things out with my money for years. Once I asked Dad why she never helped out. He said, she's not like you. She can't handle pressure. You can. That stuck with me. Because I was built for pressure. They made sure of it. But even pressure can crack. Last Thanksgiving, I drove 5 hours to surprise them. Brought wine, groceries, à pied. Mom opened the door and said, oh, you came. Then shouted, Jennifer, tell Josh to hide the gifts, your brother's here. I asked, who's Josh? She said, Jennifer's boyfriend, he's been staying here. Josh had my old room. I slept on the couch. That night at dinner, Dad raised a glass. Let's hear it for the man who pays the bills but can't keep a girlfriend. Everyone laughed. Even Jennifer. I didn't say a word. Just drank my wine. Then washed the dishes. Then paid for the plumber when the sink broke. Because that's what family does, right? A few weeks later, I saw a picture online. Jennifer, Josh, my parents, on a cabin trip. Matching beanies, smiling, holding mugs. I wasn't invited. I didn't even know they went. Jennifer's mug said, best daughter ever. They didn't text me once while they were gone. But they forgot to pay the rent. I found out from my landlord's email. I paid it, because I always do. But I didn't forget. Then came the group chat again. Buzzing nonstop. Dad posted my Amazon wish list. Look at this grown man asking for socks and shampoo for his birthday. LOL. Guess we didn't raise him tough enough. Cousin Ashley sent a toilet paper meme. Here you go, champ. Jennifer added, he probably wants it gift wrapped too. I didn't reply. Didn't cry. Just stared at my screen, because I wasn't even shocked anymore. They didn't care if I saw it. They thought I'd stay quiet. So I did. But I started collecting everything. Screenshots, texts, emails. Proof of all of it. The money. The lies. Even the time Mom used my credit to open a Target card. When I asked why, she said, you weren't using it. When I told her that was illegal, she snapped, don't threaten me, Mr. IT man. You'd be nothing without us. And then I found out Jennifer told people I was on the spectrum. I'm not. But it was easier for her to explain me that way. And still, I stayed silent. I paid the bills. I kept working. I smiled when I didn't want to, but all that time, I was getting ready, quietly. They didn't see it coming, because when you build in silence, the ending hits harder. It started again on my birthday, 2 weeks after they embarrassed me in the group chat, 2 weeks after the cabin trip I wasn't invited to, 2 weeks after they missed rent, again. That's when they reached out. Jennifer texted, "Hey, Mom says come by tonight, family dinner." I didn't answer. 10 minutes later, Dad called, "Don't make this harder, let's just move forward." They always said move forward when they wanted me to forget how they hurt me. This time, I said yes, but I didn't go alone. I showed up at their house, same house I helped fix up, fridge I bought, right on time. I had a duffel bag and a backup drive in my pocket. Mom hugged me like everything was fine. Dad handed me a beer. Jennifer gave me a smug smile. We sat. They talked about healing and forgiveness, about how I overreacted by canceling the rent and credit cards. Then Mom said, "You're still family, but you've made mistakes too." That's when I pulled out my laptop. I opened a folder called Truth. Dad laughed. "What's this, homework?" I didn't answer. I pressed play. First recording, Mom yelling in a voicemail, demanding I pay Jennifer's tuition. Second, Jennifer saying, "Let him pay, it makes him feel useful." Then I showed screenshots, bank transfers, bills, Instagram posts where Jennifer bragged about spending my money. They stopped talking. Then I plugged a USB into their TV. A loan application showed up on the screen. Dad's name was listed as the main borrower. My name was there too, as co-signer. Except I never signed anything. I looked at him. "You used my social security number without telling me, that's fraud." He tried to talk. I stopped him. "It's already been reported, the bank's freezing your account, you'll get the letter next week." Mom gasped. Jennifer laughed. "Wow, dramatic. What's next, you suing us?" I smiled. "Not me, but he is." That's when the doorbell rang. I opened it and let Jake in, Jennifer's ex, the one she lied about, the one she nearly ruined. He sat across from her, opened a folder, and asked, "You want to tell them, or should I?" She turned white. Jake showed them screenshots, fake messages, a list of notes she made about how to mess with his head, edited voice recordings. Mom started crying. Dad just stared. Jennifer stood up. "You're insane, this is harassment." Jake said, calm as ever, "You're not the victim, you're the one who caused this, I'm done protecting you." Then he left. I followed him. Before walking out the door, I said, "You wanted me to be the good son, the quiet wallet, but now I'm writing my own story." Then I left. Behind me, I heard shouting, Mom screaming Jennifer's name. Dad yelling for me to come back. Something broke, probably a glass. I didn't turn around. The next day, I posted everything online. No sad story, no pity party, just the truth. All of it, the money, the lies, the fraud, the voice messages, the screenshots, the Thanksgiving toast where Dad mocked me. At the end, I wrote, "I'm not mad, I'm not sad, I'm just done pretending this is what love looks like." I turned off my phone. By noon, it went viral, not celebrity viral, but big enough to hurt. Thousands of shares, hundreds of comments. Strangers said, "This happened to me too, you're not alone. Thank you for saying it." People I knew even commented. Someone from high school wrote, "Always knew your sister was shady, this proves it." I didn't say anything, I let it speak for itself. By 3 p.m., my aunt posted, "Family drama doesn't belong online." Nobody liked her post. Jennifer posted a black square with, "Betrayal hurts worst from those you fed." I nearly laughed. Then Dad went live on Facebook, from his garage. He looked shaky, sitting next to a stack of beer cans. "My son's confused, he's being used, he doesn't know what he's doing." One of his buddies commented, "Didn't you say you forged his signature once?" Dad liked the comment. That was his mistake. Because I had video proof from 3 years ago. Him saying to Jennifer, "I used his info, he won't notice, and even if he does, he owes us." I posted it, no caption, just the date. Then I logged off again. Behind the scenes, I was getting ready. I started a YouTube channel. Just one video at first, when helping becomes enabling. No names, just my story. You can love someone and still walk away. You can help and still get used. And when they show you what they really think of you, believe them. It got 400,000 views in 3 days. Podcast invites came in, one, then another, then a third, then a publisher. I didn't want fame, I didn't want revenge. But the truth? People needed to hear this. Then Mom tried one last time. She sent me a picture of a mortgage letter. Their house was in trouble. Her message, Hope you're happy, we might lose the house. I didn't reply. Instead, I sent her a screenshot, every dollar I'd sent them for the last 3 years. Over $84,000. Caption: You took it, not me. She left me on read. 3 hours later, a text came in, from a number I didn't recognize. It was Jennifer. She sent just one message: I hope you never have kids, you'd be a terrible father. I smiled, not because it was funny, but because it was sad. They were trying everything: anger, guilt, blame, anything except admitting they were wrong. But none of it worked anymore. The best part? I had moved on quietly. No social media posts, no new address shared. I bought a condo downtown, on the 10th floor, using a trust under a different name. Fully paid. New view, new phone number, new peace. They tried to find me. They called, they asked around. But I was done. Done with their lies, done with the feeling that I owed them anything. Not my money, not my time, not even a text back. A month later, I changed my number. Not because I was scared, because I was tired. Tired of the guilt-heavy voicemails. Tired of Jennifer's cryptic posts about toxic siblings. Tired of Dad's drunk emails that always started with, "You don't know what I went through," and ended with, "Let's make money off this." They weren't reaching out to apologize. They wanted to take back control of the story. But I already told the truth. And they didn't realize it was too late. I didn't just disappear, I upgraded. The condo was quiet, clean, and peaceful. No family photos, no hidden spare keys. No one knew where I lived, not even my closest friends. Because this life, this peace, I earned. And I wanted to keep it that way. I furnished the place slowly. One chair, one table, one thing at a time. No loans, no pressure, no asking. I remember my first night there, standing barefoot on the cold floor. Coffee in hand, thinking, no yelling. No guilt trips. No, "Can you help out this month?" No fake smiles or fake birthdays. Just silence. Real, earned silence. I started working full-time on my business. It had been a side project for years. Now it was my future. Understood Consulting. Named after the only word I sent my mom on my birthday, understood. I built the website in one night. Designed the logo, bought the domain, registered it. Not to prove anything, just to take back control of my life. Now, I help other people break free from toxic families like mine. I speak, I listen, I coach. But I stay private, because my life isn't a show. It's a safe space. And it belongs to me. 3 weeks after I moved, I got a letter at my P.O. box. It was from Mom. Her handwriting, fancy paper, red ink. "You used to be our sweet boy. I don't know who this bitter man is. We made mistakes, but you humiliated us. Maybe one day you'll grow up." At the end, she wrote, "I'm praying for you." I didn't cry. I didn't get mad. I just grabbed a Sharpie, wrote 3 words on the back: "Keep your prayers," and threw it away. 2 days later, Dad emailed me. Subject: idea. What if we went on DR, Phil? You tell your side, I tell mine. We make peace. People love that stuff. It could help both our businesses. He attached an old photo, me, crying at a birthday party while he smiled holding a beer. I looked at it for a long time. Then I saved it, not as a memory, but as a warning. They didn't want peace. They wanted a stage. That night, I posted a new video. No music, just me. They ask if I'll forgive. If I'll come back. But peace doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean pretending they didn't hurt me. Peace means freedom. From chaos. From noise. From their names. I'm not your son anymore. I'm the consequence. It hit 2 million views in 1 week. Later, I was leaving my office when I saw a couple looking at my business sign. The woman looked at me and asked, "Are you him, from the story?" I nodded. She said, "Thank you, I didn't think people like you existed." That meant more to me than any birthday they ever forgot. Because I no longer needed their applause. The world is full of people who've been hurt by those who were supposed to love them. Now I'm proof you can survive that. I haven't talked to my family in over a year. And I won't. They still post, still lie, still try to rewrite things. But I let them. You don't argue with ghosts. You just stop letting them haunt you. Sometimes, late at night, I see myself in the mirror. Older, calmer. Not bitter, just free. Because I didn't just run from a toxic family. I grew past them. And there's no going back. The sign on my office wall says, "We don't rebuild what broke you. We build what frees you." And underneath that, a smaller plaque. "Guess who's not turning 12 again?" And every time I see it, I smile, because this year, the celebration is mine. And no one who hurt me gets an invitation.